So, I'm 6 feet tall in a country where the average male height is 5'4". And it sucks. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, so like I've said in my previous videos, I live in the Philippines. And if you know anything about the Philippines, then you know that the Philippines is the land of the short kings. Yes. If you're a male and if you stand at a mere 5'3", I guarantee you'll feel right at home here. Now I know this doesn't apply to everyone. There's obviously gonna be those freaks of nature who just defy all odds, Kai Soto, and grow to be 7 feet tall, Kai Soto, and maybe even end up playing for the NBA, Kai Soto. But people like that are gonna be pretty hard to find here. Not everyone is lucky enough to be 7 feet tall. Or are they? Lucky, I mean, not the 7 feet tall part. Yeah, no, everyone here is pretty short. Now, why would I say that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it might surprise you to know that I am one of those freaks of nature. And you probably already knew that because I said it in the intro. Damn. Ah, fuck it, I'm keeping it. While no, I'm not a hulking 7 foot tall monster, being over half a foot taller than the majority of the population is still pretty significant. And besides, I'm not just tall, I'm big. Now you must be thinking to yourself, oh wow, that's amazing, it must feel great to tower over everyone. I wish I was that tall. No, stop it. You don't want to be this tall. You know why? Because being tall in the Philippines is the worst. Oh what, you don't believe me? Okay then, here are a few reasons why being tall in the Philippines sucks. If you're tall in the Philippines and you don't have your own personal car, that means you must hate traveling. You know why? Public transport. I'm gonna tell you guys, public transport here in the Philippines was not made for tall people like us. Well, sure, in the big cities you have your taxis and services like Grab and Uber. In most of the country, we don't have that. What we have are jeepneys and tricycles. And oh boy, does it suck. Jeepneys are terrible. The drivers will always overestimate how much a jeepney can fit. I mean, come on, kasha pa? Kasha pa? Hindi na kasha! What are you talking about? Look at me! How am I gonna fit in that space? Come on! And it's not just bad for me, it's bad for everyone around me. Because I feel like, whenever I ride a jeepney, I feel like I'm squishing everyone who's next to me. So if you ever sat next to me in a jeepney, I'm really sorry if I hurt you, because I probably did. If jeepneys were so bad, why don't I just use some other public transportation, I'm hearing you ask? Well, the only other option we have are tricycles. And boy, those are even worse. Well yes, in some parts of the Philippines they will have good tricycles that actually look like this, and that can actually fit me. But in most parts of the country, we're stuck with crap like this. Look at how small that sidecar is. I tell you guys, every time I get into a tricycle, I have to do my best gangster impression. I look like this. Just doing like this, yeah. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. No joke. I never fit properly in their sidecars. Why don't I ride behind the driver? Well, I can't. One time, I rode in that side of the tricycle. Halfway to our destination, the tricycle's tire popped. Couldn't handle my weight. Legit, no joke. We had to walk the rest of the way because I broke a tricycle. My own sheer weight managed to break a tricycle. It was funny, but also I didn't eat supper that night. So, yeah, basically, public transport here sucks for big guys. Or girls, you know, equality. Oh boy, if you're tall in the Philippines, be prepared to have back problems. Because the longer you stay here, the more you notice. Things are really low here. Like, low. What am I doing? Literally, everything here is just made so low. You know how hard it is to have to just bend every time you do something here? At first it doesn't seem like a problem, but after a while, it starts hurting. Even in my own home, things are really low. And I find myself bending every single time, and it just keeps hurting. Why does everything have to be so low? Why can't there be things for people like me? For people my height? Come on! And another thing, because things are so low, you best be prepared to watch your head. Or else, Gonna get a concussion, boy. I can't tell you guys how many times I've hit my head on a low door frame or even the ceiling. Yes, in my own home, I've hit my head on the ceiling. It's just... And things aren't just low here. No. Things are tight. Like I've said, with jeepneys and tricycles, everything is just so small. You just have no space to move at all. It's consistently packed into this tight space. You feel everything is so tight. And it's just the worst, dude. Things aren't made for people our size. Take this for example, armchairs. I absolutely despise armchairs. You know why? Because I can never fit in them. Every time I have to get into an armchair, I have to pull this sick maneuver. My high school life was filled with me trying to perfect the technique of how to slide into an armchair as smooth as I can without disturbing the people around me. But you know what? Getting in, honestly, was pretty easy. Getting out of those armchairs, oh boy. I can't. I don't fit in them and I hate it. Why are armchairs one size? Come on, how am I gonna study like this? Another bad thing about being tall in the Philippines is people are, well, people be afraid of you. Oh, you think because you're really tall, people will like you? No. Whenever I take late night trips to the convenience store to buy some ice cream, whenever I'm walking across people, they tend to move away. I just find it really funny. Just a normal guy, me, walking across the street, la 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 la, and then everyone's just parting, just spreading out. You know, this probably isn't that bad, but yeah, I don't like the feeling of being feared. It's weird. Next thing. If you're big in the Philippines, good luck clothes shopping, because you ain't gonna find shit that fits. While tops are really easy to find, you know, t-shirts, polos, long sleeves, stuff like that, pants on the other hand, ain't none of them fitting me. You see, guys, I wear a size 38. I have a waist of 38, so I wear size 38 pants. And, well, most brands go to only 36. The only brands that actually carry 38 are just foreign or important brands, and those brands are super expensive compared to the local brands. So that means I have to spend so much more money just to wear pants. And since I went to schools that required black dress pants, well, let's just say I spent a lot of money on pants. Now for the last thing that I really hate about being tall / being in the Philippines, it's shoes. Kinda like how I can't find clothes that fit, I ain't finding shoes that fit. I wear size 14 shoes. I mean, by 6th grade, I was wearing size 13 shoes. It was a struggle, guys. It just was such a struggle to try and find shoes that fit. While nowadays, it's actually really easy to find size 14 just because of online stores like Adidas and Nike already actually have size 14 shoes, which are actually pretty common. Back in the day, there was nothing. Since most stores only really carried up to size 12, that meant I couldn't really have many shoes. There wasn't any options. I remember a time in my life where every time me and my family found a shoe that fit, buy it. Didn't matter the brand, didn't matter the design, it didn't matter the cost. The fact that it fit me was so much more than we could ask for. Really, that's how hard it was to find shoes my size. Being big in the Philippines sucks. Well, I know I've done a lot of complaining in this video. In all honesty, I really like my height. I really like being 6 foot tall. Well, yes, there were struggles growing up being this big. Most of them were actually just trivial. Just small things that just annoy me and don't really matter in the big picture. It's a bit of a privilege, honestly, considering how small my parents actually are compared to me. My dad is, I believe, 5'4". My mom is 5'2", 5'3", and here I am, their 6 foot kid. Once again, I'm John Smith, 6 feet tall in a world of 5'4" people. That's both my curse and my blessing. Thanks for watching. So there's something. I'm told that what are you even doing? I just shouldn't care about my head. It's really annoying being tall here, guys, honestly. Oh, and then?